Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor S.P. Singh from Faculty of Management Studies, Gurukul Kangli University, Haridwar. Today we are going to study Module 19 on Management Development. Friends, after studying this module, you shall be able to know the meaning of management development, understand the process of management development, comprehend the methods of management development. Management development is more future oriented and more concerned with education than is employee training or assisting a person to become a better performer. Management development activities attempt to instill sound reasoning processes rather than imparting a body of serial facts or teaching a specific set of motor skills. Development, therefore, focuses more on the employee's personal growth. Management development is instrumental for giving managers the skills and perspectives they need to be successful. The process of management development should follow certain steps. Determination of organization's objectives. The process of management development must begin by looking at the organization's objectives. The objectives will provide the direction we must go and give a framework to determine our managerial needs. On the basis of the information gathered from human resource planning, we can prepare an executive inventory. The executive inventory can provide us background and qualifications of our current managers as to appraise our current management resources. Ascertain the development activities needed to ensure that we have adequate managerial talent to fulfill future managerial needs. This analysis can tell us the potential obsolescence of some our executives, the inexperience or shortage of managers in certain functions, and skill deficiencies relative to our future needs. The next step is to identify individual development needs, skill development, changing attitude, and knowledge acquisition. Generally, most of management development effort focuses on the changing of attitudes and the acquisition of knowledge in specific areas. The assessment center can prove to be an effective tool to determine what specific development attempts our managers need. The assessment centers can also be used to assess current and potential managers to find out what development activities might be necessary to improve their job performance. Assessment centers thus become a definitive source for selecting and developing managers. The final step in the process is to evaluate the management development efforts. Once managers have engaged in development activities, it is necessary to assess changes in behavior and managerial performance. While many of the methods used to train first-level employees are also used to train managers and supervisors, There are other methods that need to be reserved for management development. Coaching involves a continuing flow of instructions, comments, and suggestions from the manager to the subordinate. Under study assignment, groom an individual to take over a manager's job by gaining experience in handling important functions of the job. Job rotation can be either horizontal or vertical. Vertical job rotation is nothing more than promoting a worker into a new position. Horizontal job rotation is also known as lateral transfer. Job rotation proves to be an excellent method for broadening the manager or potential manager. It turns specialists into generalists. Job rotation increases the manager's experience and permits the manager to absorb new knowledge and information. Job rotation also decreases the boredom arising from performing the single task and stimulates the development of new ideas. It provides opportunities for a more comprehensive and trustworthy evaluation of the manager by his supervisors. Here can be two broad bases of horizontal job rotation. Committee assignment provides an opportunity for the employee to participate in managerial decision making, learn by observing others, and to examine task force activities aimed to derive into a particular problem, identify alternative solutions, and recommend to implement a solution. These temporary assignments can provide employees both interesting and rewarding to the employee's growth. Action learning gives managers release time to work full time on projects with other in the organization. In some cases, action learning is combined with classroom instruction, discussions, and conferences. This method utilizes different methods to provide employees with the training and development essential to advance a series of jobs needing higher and higher levels of knowledge and or skills. While on the job, experiences make the center of management training and development, other off-the-job methods of executive development can be put to supplement these experiences. Off-the-job methods include seminars and conferences. Seminar is an established method for training. It is conducted in several ways. It may be based on a paper prepared by one or more trainees on a subject selected in consultation with the person in charge of the discussion. It may be a part of a study or related to theoretical studies or practical problems. The trainees read their papers followed by a critical discussion. The contents of the papers are summarized by the chairman. The person in charge of the group discussion distributes in advance the study material for analysis. The reactions of trainees are compared by the seminar, compares and discussion is encouraged, defines the general trends, and guides the participants to certain conclusions. The trainees may consult the files and bring these to the seminar where they may study in detail the various aspects, ramifications, and complexities of a particular job or work or task. Management games. The development of management games have brought training experiences to life and made them more interesting. In management games, trainees face the task of making a series of decisions affecting a hypothetical organization. The effects that every decision has on each area within the organization can be simulated with a computer program for the game. This technique requires a high degree of participation. Games are now widely used as a management development method. Many of them have been designed for general use, but more recently have been adapted to specific industries. As the development of industry, specific games has increased, there are now simulations for a wide variety of organizations. Behavior modeling technique combines several different training methods and multiple principles of learning. Behavior modeling involves 4 basic components including learning points, model, practice and role play, and feedback and reinforcement. Sensitivity Training Laboratory is based on experience, unstructured form of learning, where learning takes place by sharing experiences, particularly those generated in the group. It is a learner-focused oriented towards participants' knowledge. It accepts the participants as they are and draws upon them as resources for working in the lab. The belief is that effective learning influences the attitudes and behavior, and it comes through emotional and intellectual involvement. The goal of this training is personal growth by increasing self-awareness and interpersonal competence. Transactional analysis is a theory developed by Dr. Eric Berne in the 1950s. It is both an approach for defining and analyzing communication interaction between people and a theory of personality. Transactional analysis outlines how we have developed and treat ourselves, how we relate and communicate with others, and offer suggestions and interventions which will enable us to change and grow. Today, transactional analysis is used in psychotherapy, organizations, educational and religious setting. The fundamental theory underlying transactional analysis holds that an individual's personality consists of 3 egos: the parent, the child, and the adult. Simulations were introduced as a training technique. They are probably even more popular for management development. The more widely used simulation exercises include case study, decision games, and role plays. The case method is usually employed to enhance participation and interest among trainees. In basket method, a variation of the case method is used as a test as well as a training and development device. This method involves letters, notes, documents and reports purporting to provide on the job reality of the manager in basket. It purports to develop and measure decision-making ability of managers. At the very outset, attempts are made to provide the trainees with background information regarding a simulated enterprise and its products, organization and key personnel. The role play is another group training method involving acceptance and playing of a role in real life drama. The major limitation of role playing for managerial development is that senior executives avoid responsibility and act only as observers and critics, while the junior executives become unduly concerned. To avoid this, the group should consist of individuals of the same general status and participation should be voluntary. This method enables the participants to become aware of the problems and perspectives of others with whom they deal. Business games are classroom simulation exercises in which teams of individuals compete against one another or against an environment in order to achieve given objectives. These games are designed to be representative of real life conditions. Under these, an atmosphere is created in which the participation play a dynamic role and brighten their skills through involvement and simulated experience. Decision games are intended to teach trainees how to take management decisions in an integrated manner. The participants learn by analyzing problems and by making trial and error decisions. Such games illustrate the existence of various group processes including communication, the resolution of conflicts, the emergence of leadership and the development of ties of friendship. Friends, in this module, we have studied the concept of management development, the process of management development, and the methods of management development. Thanks for visiting EPG Pathshala.